Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Average Gaming Dad podcast. I got some news from Xbox, from a few games. There's really not much going on right now. It's still early in the year. I think things will start to kind of ramp up at the end of this month, maybe into February, March. I think we're going to start to see a lot more game trailers and other things start to roll out here in the near future for the games that are going to be coming out in 2023. I'd like to start this podcast off by talking a little bit about my past week. Saturday, we had the podcast here Friday. I tried to do it again last night and had some technical issues again. So today I actually ordered my capture card. It unfortunately won't be here until like the beginning of February. So there's still going to be a couple more like this. I'm sorry. It's just what I got to do for now. And that also kind of means that the streaming is going to be held off until then too, which kind of stinks, but maybe it'll help me improve a little bit before I get there. Anyways, last Saturday, we held a birthday party for my daughter. It was the first one that we actually got to really have for her and include her classmates and stuff like that. She's usually down in Florida, so we just do kind of family stuff up here before she goes down or when she comes back. Her birthday's on New Year's Eve, so she usually goes down there with her mom between Christmas and New Year's during that school break. But her mom moved back up here, so now she can spend her time with us on her birthday too. So we actually got to do that and really enjoyed it. We went to a local pool. All the kids swam and had a ton of fun. We had pizza and wings. That was Saturday. Sunday, the kids started ice skating, which was pretty funny. Watching them try to get out there on the ice for the first or second time. My 10-year-old, she picked it up pretty quick. My 8-year-old, he kind of struggled, but he had some really worn-out rentals, so he struggled for a little bit, but we got him a new pair, and he actually seemed to do pretty good. My 6-year-old started off great. Then he got a little full of himself, a little cocky, I think, and he started to fall over and over again. And to the point where he almost was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I talked him into it, and he went back out there and started to skate more and really started to excel. All three of them did really well. They're excited to go again tomorrow, so I can't wait to see them get back out there and skate. I know that as a kid I loved skating. Ice skating was a lot of fun. And in our household we watch hockey. We go to hockey games, stuff like that. So the kids are really interested in skating, and the boys are pretty interested in playing hockey. My daughter is too. She says that, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. That was Sunday. Didn't really do much gaming this week. My mother-in-law's birthday was on Tuesday, so we celebrated her birthday here. Monday didn't do much. Wednesday, no. Thursday, I got on, played a little PUBG with my buddy. Got back into that, yes, in 2023. Go figure, right? Still a great game. I love it. One issue that I have, though, is that they took away the Series X and Series S version for the Xbox. So I don't get my 120 frames, which is kind of annoying, or even 60 frames, but that's all right. I installed it on my PC. I'm going to start playing it over there. Runs a lot smoother since the Series X, for some reason, doesn't have that version anymore. Stayed up until about 11:30 because yesterday was my birthday, so I figured, hey, got a half day at work. You know, I can stay up a little bit later tonight. Nope. My son woke up at 3 o'clock and was sick and started to throw up. And he did that until about 9 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't go to work Friday. I really regretted staying up until 11:30 Thursday night. Friday we ended up getting some dinner from a local restaurant, the Hollywood. Delicious burger. Great French fries. We ate some of that. Then I had a Boston cream cake for my birthday to celebrate my birthday. I love those things. They're delicious. So got to eat some of that too. The kids had it for the first time. They enjoyed it. yeah, so that's basically been it. I haven't played much of anything today, but when I did play this past week, I played PUBG, like I said. I played this Bladed Fury game, which kind of reminds me of like a Dead Cells, which is very much like a um, Elden Ring or Dark Souls style side scroller 2D platformer. It's pretty awesome. I really, really enjoy it. Hack and slash action RPG type stuff. The art is really cool. The story is pretty fun. The enemies seem to be pretty difficult. The bosses seem to have pretty cool mechanics and stuff like that. I haven't gotten very far, but it does seem like it's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to jump deeper into that game. So let's get on with the Xbox news, huh? Well, Xbox slash game news. So Destiny 2 fans, dads, if you think that you just can't grind that game out so you stop playing, well, here's an update for you, which actually might get me into it too. They're fixing a bunch of stuff leading up to February's Lightfall Expansion. The players won't have to grind so much to get into Grandmaster Nightfall missions. Iron Banner will be much more generous with armor drops in the weeks ahead, and armor mods, one of the most fun but historic parts of Bungie's looter shooter, are finally getting unlocked for everyone. So you'll be able to have mods. You'll be able to take these armor mods and create builds that you want, but haven't really necessarily had the time to put in and unlock these mods. So they're unlocking them for everybody, really getting everything ramped up here, giving everybody the opportunity to get used to these mods and these builds before the next season comes out, because I believe that they're going to change quite a bit in the building and crafting. Right here it says, Destiny 2 sucks for new players. This is true, especially since it's been out for so long. You can have plenty of fun, but some of the most interesting parts of the game are locked behind dozens of hours or more of grinding. I'd say probably 100 hours, if not more, especially now. Well, I guess they do kind of give you a little boost to get you to where they are now with light level and all that, but really lots and lots of time that you need to put in order to play this game competitively in multiplayer or for raids or anything like that. So one of the things that new players have difficulty accessing is armor mods, which drastically change the way you play the game, but which are only sold on a rotating basis by a single in-game vendor named 801, who is hidden in the far corner of the main social hub, while longtime players have access to all of them. So your guys that are getting the 50 hours in every single week or whatever it is, these streamers and these kids that are in college or school still, or people that just don't have kids or anything like that, they're getting all this time in and really jumping out ahead of everybody else. So now basically they're going to make it so that all players will have access to these armor mods. It was a couple days ago that they unlocked all the standard armor mods for all players, while raid mods and artifact mods will still need to be earned. So you'll still need to earn those ones through raids and stuff like that. And I think the artifact mods are those ones that are through Iron Banner. I don't know, it's been a while, but you'll still have to unlock those. But you'll get all the base mods, which is nice. It helps, give you a little start there. The Warmind Well and Charge with Light and other powerful mods no longer need to be found. So those don't need to be found. That's cool. I wonder if you get those through raid mods or artifact mods, or if they just gave them to you. So even if you just started playing Destiny 2, you can start experimenting with different synergies, or more likely copy the best builds that are online. You can go on and see what the best builds are for tanks or DPS or whatever you want to build. So that's pretty neat. Right here, with big changes coming to the building craft in Lightfall, we want to give everyone a chance to enjoy all of the standard mods in their current state for the rest of the season. The studio then also said that they will outline how the mods will work differently in the next update, the Lightfall expansion. So it's pretty neat. They're kind of helping us small guys, us little guys, us dads who can't put in the hours and hours to play the game, they're kind of giving us a little advantage to be able to compete with these guys. I love that. That's cool. It also gives us a chance to build something and go in and do a raid if you haven't been able to raid lately, or go in and do these Nightfall missions and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Good job, Bungie. Grandmaster Falls will now unlock at 1580 and only require you to hit 1595, to reach the difficulty ceiling. Focusing costs for Trials of Osiris, Crucible, Gambit weapons, and armor have also been reduced to 25 shards, or legendary shards, 25 legendary shards. And most importantly, the remaining Iron Banner events this season will make it almost twice as easy to hit the rank reset and earn a full set of hot new vintage Iron Banner armor. That's awesome. Once again, just helping out the guys who can't put in all the time. Really making it accessible to everybody, which is awesome. That's what I've been waiting for. Guess they've been having some technical bugs. Multiplayer, they're complaining that the Iron Banner has kind of been screwing them a little bit. They haven't been able to get a complete set of armor after playing hours and hours and hours of Iron Banner. So I think that they're kind of doing this to help you out. You know, oh, you put in all this time, we screwed up with a bug, here you go. This should help. Ubisoft, since July 2022, has canned 7 games. One of them being Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Frontline, which is supposed to be a lot like Call of Duty's DMZ, looter shooter. You go in, you do missions, you collect loot, you extract. That has been canceled. That was canceled quite a while ago. But they also just canceled a VR Splinter Cell project. I don't have VR, but I haven't played Splinter Cell in forever, so I would find a friend that had a VR to go over there and play it. As long as it has Sam Fisher. If it's got Sam Fisher, I'm all in. But I guess they're not, so it's sad. You know, Ubisoft used to be that top developer. All the Tom Clancy games, which I adored when I was a kid, grew up on. Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, wonderful games. You had your Assassin's Creeds. I loved Assassin's Creed. They were great. Which actually Assassin's Creed said that they're going to go back to their roots too. So, which they've still been pretty successful, I'd say, overall. Especially the last 3. People seem to love those. But Rainbow, I feel like, is just it for them recently. Their Ghost Recons have kind of tanked. They've gone to that open world RPG shooter, looter shooter style, which I enjoy. But a lot of people don't. And they kind of miss that linear story from Ghost Recon, which I can agree with. I love the open world, but at the same time, I really love the old Ghost Recon. Alright, there's an Xbox update that's coming out, and it's a power saving update, which is pretty sweet. So I keep mine in sleep mode because I like it to update in the background, update my Xbox and the game in the background, or games, I should say. But now they're giving us the option to shut the Xbox completely down, but the Xbox will still boot itself up if it needs to update. And it's actually going to save us 20 times the energy, which is pretty awesome. I pay my bills now. I just moved into my home. I used to get electricity, came with my rent at my apartment, so I didn't really have to worry about it as much. But now that I do, being able to turn this thing off and leave it off and still have it update and not have to wait 4 hours after I turn it on to play, that's awesome. That's for the new Xboxes all the way down to the original Xbox One. So, yes, your original Xbox will still probably take a day and a half to start up, to boot up from being off to being able to play a game. But you just got to work around it, I guess. The other one is allowing active hours setting. So I would assume, I don't know what that is. I didn't read much into it. I personally don't really care about it. But what I'm assuming it is active hours. So I can either set a time for my Xbox to be on, so it'll turn itself on, like maybe from off mode to sleep mode, so that it's off all day, and then say you want to get on at 7:30, you just have it fire up at 7 o'clock or whatever, and then it's there and ready for you afterwards. I don't really mind because I have a Series X and it fires up pretty quick. I think it's like 60 seconds from boot up to inside a game, so I don't really have to worry about it too much. So that didn't really grab my attention, but I just figured I'd make quick note of that. Xbox also, there's been rumors circulating that they're going to go more towards a Nintendo Direct for their game showcase early this year, January 25th actually, at 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific. This is going to be their game show off of what's going to come out this year. They have announced some games, one being Forza, Minecraft Legends is another one, Elder Scrolls Online, Redfall, all great games, all games that I'll probably, well, Elder Scrolls is another one that you just need, that's a time sink is all it is, so I probably won't jump into that one, but Redfall, Forza, and Minecraft Legends I plan on jumping into. They're going to show off quite a bit of that stuff come January 25th. It's going to be more of a direct, so it's going to be the developers talking about their game, and it's just going to be like 100% game. Like that's it. You know, you're not going to have any of those fillers like EA has out there where they bring in bands and all this other stuff, but it's going to be games. That's it. Just going to be about games, which I would assume all of them come to Game Pass as well, so that's pretty awesome. Can't wait for that. They're going to be showing off Elder Scrolls next major chapter for 2023. They're going to be showing off multiplayer and single player for Redfall, and it says several minutes of both, so I'm hoping that we get quite a bit of that. I'm really kind of intrigued by it, but at the same time kind of wish-washy. If it weren't coming to Game Pass, I probably wouldn't buy it, but since it is, I'm definitely going to try it. Also, Minecraft Legends, I don't know what that is. My wife and I played Minecraft Dungeons, which was a kind of a dungeon crawler, Diablo-style Minecraft game. We had a lot of fun with that. Came on Game Pass, we played it, tried it, really loved it, and we actually ended up buying some of the DLC. We were encouraged to buy the DLC because the game basically was free through Game Pass. Yes, I pay $15 a month, but I'm getting hundreds of games for $15 a month, so what is it, a couple pennies? I mean, so if you've been playing DMZ or Warzone or have been sick of DMZ, I might have found something for you. They've been role-playing in it. So these people on TikTok have been role-playing where they act like a couple guys from Ghost Recon, and they've got to go in silently and stealthy. So they get these silenced weapons and go in, or if they don't have a silenced weapon, they go in and will assassinate these guys. But they'll clear out these areas of the map silently. They'll be taking out the AI silently while doing these missions. And they have like walkie-talkie sounds and stuff like that, so when they're talking, it sounds like they're actually communicating like they would be in real life. It's pretty awesome. Check it out on TikTok. DMZ. Their role-playing is Ghost and Soap as they tactically take down enemies. It's really, really cool, actually. Yeah, that was really something that I thought that people would enjoy because DMZ allows that. Because it is, I guess, kind of a slower-paced battle royale game where you're encountering more AI than players, but if you can take that and turn it into a role-playing game where you're acting as somebody else and you kind of have this storyline and stuff like that, that'd be a lot of fun. I think I might try it with a couple of my buddies. Another big one that made the news, Nvidia and Google. They are reportedly not happy about the Microsoft Activision, the buyout of Activision. They're saying that the acquisition is a monopoly. It's not fair if Xbox has it and nobody else does, which is just silly. There's Battlefield. There's Hell Let Loose. There's how many different first-person shooters? Overwatch. There's, you can play PUBG, Apex. There's a ton of first-person shooters. So to say that it's a monopoly is kind of silly to me. I kind of understand where they're coming from because they will lose a lot of players, but it's a dog-eat-dog world out in the gaming world, so what can you do? They have the best single-player games, all exclusive, where Microsoft has all the best multiplayer exclusives. So I don't know. I think it's just silly. I don't think it's a monopoly at all. I think it's kind of bogus. I understand you PlayStation guys out there would be pretty upset, but at the same time, go buy a Series S for $300. Now you're right in the game. Get your Game Pass for $15 a month. You're in it. You got Call of Duty. It'll be on Game Pass if they get this. So it'll just be something to bring more people to Game Pass, not so much sell your console and buy a new one. Sell your PlayStation, get an Xbox, but more of a buy a device that has Game Pass on it. I think that's great. They've got first movers advantage, so use it. I think that it's a great tool. I have it on my PC and on my Xbox. PC has different games than Xbox does, and Xbox has different games than PC. So having both of them really allows me to play a lot more games for $15 a month. And at least try them out. There's been plenty of games, like I said, that I've really loved. And if they were to bring Call of Duty onto Game Pass, then I wouldn't have to pay $70 for a game that I could pay $60 for on PC. I hate that they do that with the new Series X and S versions. They make you spend $10 more, but if it were in Game Pass, then I wouldn't have to spend anything, so that would be pretty awesome. There was also once a rumor that a Gears of War collection was coming out, like the Master Chief collection, and then I didn't hear about it again. And now the guy has come out that leaked that information and said, yes, it's still happening. It's a rumor, but it's a rumor that I like to hear. Being able to have all the Gears of War games in one collection and having them all remastered would just be sweet. That's probably... I love Halo. I love Master Chief. But there's something about that Gears of War campaign, that story. It's just so in depth. Probably my favorite exclusive for Xbox when it comes to story. Yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, not much going on right now. I ordered my capture card, so that'll be in. You guys will be able to watch me stream. I plan on doing VODs, like I said. Also doing more podcasts, like I said. Once it's gonna be on Friday. I'm gonna do it on Friday night. This Friday, obviously, I had issues, like I said, but I do plan on getting them out every Friday. Yeah, I think that's about it for this week. Good luck out there. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more gaming in this week. Good luck on your adventures and being able to play video games. If you do get to play, throw down in the chat what you're playing. Make a comment what you're playing, what you plan on playing. If you're on Xbox, put your gamer tag in there. We can jump in a couple lobbies together, play some DMZ or Warzone or whatever it is. Yeah, have fun, keep gaming, keep dadding, most importantly. And tell somebody you love them. All right, take care.